everybody, welcome back to the show. Thank you very much for tuning in to Janson Radio Podcast. Tamu kita kali ini Tariq Widarso, dia adalah seorang guru sosiologi yang punya side job, fotografer, dan juga content creator di bidang koktail, mixologi, dan juga minuman-minuman beralkohol. Jadi dia lumayan hits nih di dunia industri bar di Indonesia. Dan mungkin dia satu-satunya content creator tentang cocktails. Nah, topik pembicaraannya kita kali ini itu tentang Asia 50 Best Bar yang baru keluar kemarin. Dan ada satu bar di Indonesia yang masuk ke dalam listnya. Nah, kita akan ngomongin kira-kira gimana sih cara penilaian dan apa yang harus seorang bartender dan juga bar owner itu lakukan supaya barnya bisa masuk ke dalam list itu. Karena selain ada Asia 50 Best, di Indonesia itu juga ada beberapa bar yang masuk ke dalam 100 Best Bar in Asia. Nah, efeknya apa terus kalau udah masuk? Apakah langsung rame atau cuma buat keren-kerenan? Nah, kita cari tahu di sini, kita kulik. Dan juga Tariq akan bikin minuman-minuman cocktails yang enak, yang simple dan bisa langsung dibikin di rumah kalian sendiri. Oke, seperti biasa jangan lupa subscribe di Janson Radio Podcast. Selain di YouTube, kita juga ada di Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, dan juga Anchor App. Buat further updates, cek Instagram kita di Janson Radio. Oke, without further ado, please welcome Tariq Widarso. Enjoy the show.
So today I'm doing my good friend Mr. Ray Janson a favor. Apparently he overbought the Rinomato, so we're gonna use it for the first time. This is actually the first time for me to use it because I don't usually buy it, and some spirits are a bit difficult to find, but you know, we will learn. Anyways, I read a bit about the Rinomato, and it is you can kind of use it to replace Campari. So let's make one of my favorite cocktails of 2020, 2021, and probably 2022. This is my cocktail of the pandemic. So it's called the Americano. And in the Americano, we usually use Campari, which is over here, and sweet vermouth and soda. It's a really nice low ABV cocktail. In a way, it is very easy to drink. I think a lot of people would enjoy it, and it's now still about, I don't know, it's like, 10:30 in the morning, so I think we should drink something light. Anyways, usually we will use Campari, but let's use Rinomato for this instead. And we will use a jigger to measure out. Because the glasses are smaller highballs and there's clear ice here, we'll use about 20 milliliters. Okay. Rinomato. And the sweet vermouth. See how this works. Apparently, the Rinomato has a lot more orange in its flavors, so maybe this would go really well with the sweet vermouth. Okay. We get some soda water. Top it up. And we garnish it. Oh, we just mix it up a bit. Garnish it with an orange slice. There you go. Rinomato Americano.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Janson Radio Podcast. Today's theme, day drinking with Sip Sensei. Cheers, man. Cheers. Thank you for making the drinks.
No worries.
Oke, jadi depan kita udah ada Mr. Tariq, dia atau biasa dikenalnya Sip Sensei. Dia adalah cocktail content creator. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Terakhir itu episode 20, gila lama banget, and we completely forgot what we talk about anyway. Right? Yeah, so we do a repeat.
Yeah.
Okay, bro, thanks for coming. first of all.
No worries. Thanks
Thank
for
you for
having
the
me.
drinks. Pagi-pagi udah minum. Let's start with your a quick background about yourself. You, other than the cocktail content creator, you are a sociology teacher, right?
Yeah.
You
So
still teach?
yeah,
Okay.
I still teach. I teach at an international school, so I still teach sociology, and I have other roles in the curriculum.
Mhm.
It's good. I
And
mean, I still like it a lot.
when do you start to do content creating about cocktails? Because you're the only one, right? Even now.
Yeah, I think consistently I've been the only one. I started back in 2017.
Yeah.
It really was. I came back to Indonesia in 2015. End of 2015. Was looking for work, and I started working in 2016. And I love taking photos. And I was like, oh, okay. I was surprised because I came from the US, which had a very strong drinking culture. And then when I came to Jakarta, I was like, oh, okay, there are pieces of the drinking culture, and there are more people who are getting into it. Bars, we had some quality bars that were nice because like the bartenders would talk to you and you could interact similar to how you would do in a Western country. And I just wanted to take photos and ask the bartender, can I just take a photo and I'll give you the photo, and give them an opportunity to promote themselves and promote their
They
drinks.
open?
Yeah, they were open because I didn't ask for anything in return. Like it wasn't like, hey, give me free stuff and then I will do this.
Okay.
I was just pretty much, I ordered stuff and I asked them, can I take your photo? It's the same like I used to do in the US. And then I started Sip Sensei, and it was a passion project. And then now it is whatever it is now.
So if people doesn't know you, know Sip Sensei, can you explain to them what do you do?
Sure. So Sip Sensei is it's a alcohol, spirits, cocktails, bars, kind of education platform in a way. I mean, like I call
Instagram.
it education. It's on Instagram. You can find it at sip_sensei. And the idea was to kind of bring an awareness to the public about the bartenders, about the cocktails, kind of sharing and kind of introducing people to this world that I think was very much taboo and still taboo till today. And there you can find recipes, you can engage, you can find you can find bars to like visit. I think that was a great part of it, to be able to share. I think it's a great sharing platform for me.
The people are confused because you're a teacher as well. Indonesian teachers usually prohibits drinking.
Yeah, well, I think I was lucky. Well, I mean, I am careful, right? Because you need to walk the fine line of how to make sure that you are still a good role model. And I don't think Sip Sensei promotes any unhealthy habits or like binge drinking and all that. I mean, I'm very careful because it's all about the appreciation, and I want to change the stigma about drinking. About drinking. And I guess there are two lives, right? The people who know me as a teacher just know me as a teacher, and those who know me as Sip Sensei only know me as Sip Sensei. And I do I mean, like if people ask, oh, what do you do? I'll say, I actually teach, and they're surprised. Right? But to be very honest, if you teach high school students, you probably need a drink at the end of the week anyways. So it's not that much of a surprise.
Yeah. You do also a couple of bar takeovers, right? Yeah. Is there anything coming up?
Coming up, there are a couple of things, but I don't think there's nothing concrete yet. I think I had something planned in January, and then we got hit by Omicron, so that was pushed. And I think that's pushed until maybe middle May or till July. I had a couple other things also kind of lined up, but things get delayed. Nothing concrete, I would say, but I am excited to get the opportunity to do it again, because I think when I get to get behind the bar, even for if it's like a 2-hour thing or a 3-hour thing, I think I have the most fun. I like you completely just zone in, get into the zone, and you just make it. Right.
Well, what do you think about my new bar? Bura-bura.
Your new bar? I actually like the concept.
Promosi dulu.
Yeah. So your new bar,
Honest lah.
yeah, to
Yeah.
be honest. So I went to Bura Bura. It was like after dinner and we were just looking for a place.
Yeah.
And I live like in Depok. I mean like not Depok, but I live near Depok. So I like places in Jaksel because it's close.
It's close,
right?
yeah.
And your bar is it's near Jeruk Purut. So it's near Pagi Sore. So like that area is very close for me and it's an area that I'm very familiar with. So I think location wise, it's really nice to have something there. I don't have to go up into Senapati and traffic is usually really bad there. The concept is new. I didn't get to sit inside because I didn't book ahead.
Yeah.
But Andy was very nice to kind of give me a show and he kind of showed me around in between the guests. And when we're talking about concept, I think the concept's really cool.
Yeah.
And I like that you have an outdoors area. I think the music was a bit loud. But just you have that option and it's very casual and environment. I'm not one to always have to dress up to go to drink.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes I feel, a lot of speakeasy, a very nice speakeasy cocktail club, right?
Yeah.
When they do crafted cocktail. Sometimes I feel intimidated.
Oh yeah?
Because I don't understand a huge deal about cocktail making, and I just like to drink. Sometimes I would just want,
just
relax, drink a cocktail.
Enjoy,
Yeah. What do you think about the up and coming, the rising cocktail scene in Jakarta?
Well, I think
It started when it's already started when we did the podcast 2 years ago, but now it's everywhere. Right?
So when we did the podcast in 2019, it was 2019.
Yeah.
I think it was at its peak growing.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of activity. We had the Jakarta Culinary Festival that had those bartenders come down. We had a lot of guest shifts. The union group would invite groups of bartenders from different countries, and that was really strong. But I think the pandemic really pulled everyone back.
Yeah.
There were a lot of bartenders that lost jobs or they weren't getting paid. There were a lot of places that had to close and they weren't able to operate. And I think that has really pushed, not really pushed back, but I think it has stunted the development of the drinking scene and the bar scene. It's only now we are starting to emerge again.
Yeah.
A lot of people have changed jobs and they've moved to different places. So it's very hard in my opinion, to gauge where we are right now. I think we need maybe about another year of recovery.
Yeah.
Bali is coming back into.
Yeah, Bali is coming back.
But I haven't been to Bali since 2019, right? But from what I heard is everything's moved to Canggu.
To Canggu, yes.
So
Ubud is a ghost town when I went.
Yeah. So I think at the current moment, I think we are coming out of survival mode. And now we are in recovery mode. I think to the credit of the union group, I think they've survived really well with the cocktail club. Because that is the one consistent thing that I think that is pushing the cocktail culture now.
Yeah.
And
delicious cocktails.
Yeah,
delicious
and hopefully the other bars can recover and get better because I don't want to judge now. It's unfair to judge if everyone has had to make decisions that maybe are not for the sake of creativity and not for the sake of their image, but is more about surviving and making sure financially you are secure and all that. But I think it's promising. 50 Best just had their awards for Asia, and that is a good. That's a good news.
Who got number one?
Number one is Koa from Hong Kong. So Jay Khan and his team. I have never been to Hong Kong to drink.
Yeah.
I was supposed to.
To shop.
I was planning to, but then the pandemic hit and I postponed everything. So I can't say much about the place, but I do know by reputation they have a really great program and a really good team.
Yeah, I have Saudara Jauh. He's a mixologist in Hong Kong.
Really?
And he's been telling me for years even when I'm in Paris, he said, you should come here. The cocktail culture is great. I said, what? No.
What bar do they work
I
at?
forgot. I
Oh.
forgot. But he once working in the award-winning bar also.
Okay.
One in the list. I don't remember which one.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, he's born there.
Okay.
I only met him like two or three.
So really, Joe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What happened was my grandmother's brother, they got separated during the Japanese era. So
Yeah.
one get on the ship, my grandmother,
Stay.
my grandma stay here.
Stay here.
One got on the ship, and apparently the ship went to Hong Kong,
Okay.
and the family stays there now.
Oh, that's a really cool
Yeah.
story.
What do you think about the 50 best?
I think, well, I sat through the awards
Right.
and I'm a big supporter of what they do. I think it's really great that there is an awards that like recognizes, but also I think engages with the bars
Yeah.
in the way that they do. And it's nice that they do have Asia's 50 best. So what they do is they have different region awards and then they have like the world's best. Because, to have one across the world, it's
impossible.
too much, right?
Yeah.
But like to have it focused, even Asia itself is really big. You could, I don't know if they ever want to do it, but they could break it down into Southeast Asia. They can break it down to South Asia because there are so many bars.
The food one, the World 50 Best, they just launched North Africa and Middle East.
Yeah, which is new, right?
Yeah, brand new. Interesting.
In my opinion, I think it's a really I think it's a really awesome program. It also brings recognition to like places that you would never have heard of before. But I think this year results, I mean, like we need to respect the results, and I'm sure that the judges and the voting went as well as it could. But we also need to understand results may have been skewed a bit just because of the lack of travel.
Yeah.
Like, and
how does it work for a voter to judge?
Is
there any rules?
If I'm not mistaken, I think they just judge for the bars, but they have to have gone to that bar themselves, and they have to have gone to that bar within a certain time period to be. I mean, like they can't have gone like 5 years ago. It has to be within like the past year or something, and then they have a independent adjudicator, and then they compile all the votes and they just put it in a list. I don't know any more than that, just because I think they need to protect the way that they vote. But it is a bit tough because not many people have come to Indonesia since,
especially for cocktails.
Especially for cocktails. So like travel restrictions were there. You couldn't come in and out of Indonesia without like a very expensive quarantine. So like it stopped people from coming. So like it may have prevented some potential voters from other countries to come and visit. And so like I think that is the challenge. So maybe this year is maybe not the best representation. I mean, like I think the placements are at the best that they could be. However, maybe next year when there's more travel and more opportunity, we may see a different list, right? It might be might have changed. Or might change.
I'm quite surprised because there's a top 100 also, right?
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised there's a lot of Indonesian bars.
We have three we have Cocktail Club. Number 32.
Number 32, congratulations, Union and Kiki Mocha, Upai and the gang.
Yeah. I watched Kiki and Bule celebrate. They went up on stage and like that was great. I mean, I'm very proud to see that we can do it, and like they have done that, and they made it up to 32.
I feel proud as well.
Proud by association, right? Because we're there, right? And I think if we go down that list, we have Wishbone in Semarang, which is I think they were in the 90s, like I think 93 if I'm not mistaken, and then 40 Thieves squeezed in at I think 99. So there is representation from Jakarta, from Bali, and as well as Semarang. Yeah.
You've been to all of them, right?
I've been to all of them.
I've only been to 40 Thieves, but not. I mean, I researched him because they
Yeah.
entered the list
Yeah.
because I went there years before, which the it's not like crafted cocktail, no, not like mixology. It's just a bar, a cocktail bar.
So like 40 Thieves, I went there at their old bar, and then they renovated, and now they have like a completely new space, which is really nice. But Shah, who owns 40 Thieves, I believe he owns it, but like he's the main guy there, and the bartender Aldi, who used to be at Union.
Yeah, I met him.
Their cocktail program, I think it's really interesting and cool in the way that they do play with the flavors, and like the recipes are unique. However, the last time I went to 40 Thieves, I think it's always like the last bar that I go to, because after like bar hopping from here to there, and then it's the one that's open very late, and it's the one I don't have any photos of cocktails in 40 Thieves, because it's always like the atmosphere is more like
lively.
It's like
right?
lively, dark,
crowded.
And it's usually pumping. So like it is very much like a really fun atmosphere there. I think if you ever go to 40 Thieves, it should be like your last place, because it is the most fun that you will have.
Yeah. And you told me we met in Bandung.
We met in Bandung.
One of our friends' bar.
Randomly.
Party bar, randomly. And you told me you're going to Semarang. Yeah, I heard Semarang bar scene is really growing, right?
Yeah, I vouch for what they're doing in Semarang, because the first time I heard about Semarang was in 2018. I was at the Whiskey Live event in Kempinski. I think it's what's the one next to Gay? That's Kempinski, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Kempinski Hotel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
my investor did the decoration for the event.
Okay.
Whiskey Live. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So I met the team from Wishbone for the first time there. Back then, Echo was still working there, and I met the team there, and they were like, "Oh, you should come to Semarang." Like, I've never thought of anything in Semarang, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're biased, right? Because you come from Jakarta, but like okay, cool. And then a year later, in 2019, I thought I would go, because Kocho, who used to work in I think he used to work in Hong Kong. He moved there, and he invited me, and I kind of knew him a bit. And he's like, "Okay, just come." So I went over with Sekar, and we spent like a couple days there. And oh my God, I had the most fun. They are so energetic in Semarang. The bar scene is very strong. I mean, like, it's an emerging bar scene. I think it's emerging FNB scene. And they're back in 2019, there were maybe a small handful of bars which were actually worth going to. And one of those was Wishbone, and the other one was A to Z. Right. And like those were really strong. Fast forward to 2021, when I went last December, it had grown, and there were more bars, and the quality of the cocktails there are getting better, and I think it's eventually can match Jakarta and Bali, because the talent that they are bringing into Semarang is very strong.
I heard everybody who's any good that's in Bali during the pandemic moved to Semarang.
Yeah, one of those names. I mean, like for Wishbone. So Wishbone is part of the Tavern Group, and like the owners Christoph and Ivan are like doing a bit like what Union is doing in Jakarta. Kind of bringing quality. I mean, like
bringing quality talent.
Yeah, quality talent, nurturing them, and like really raising them in that way, and it's paid off. Right? And they brought in Ayub from Alila Seminyak. And I've known Ayub for years, and like the talent that he has and the quality of what he can bring is really strong. So as soon as I saw them bring him in, I was like, okay, I think they're serious.
Yeah, man.
Also, Aldo he was working in Bali as well. He also moved, right? And so he's handling A to Z and Red Hair. So these Red Hair is like a new bar. It's like a Chinese theme. The cocktails were really good. He gave me like a taster. And it's good because we are now starting to see more distribution across Java, right?
Yeah.
It's not just in Jakarta. It's not just in Bali.
Yeah.
We have in Semarang. Bandung is also coming
Yeah,
up.
Bandung,
You know,
Port Valor, Patibar,
Patibar.
Class,
yeah.
Gloomy Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, like, I think it's nice to see other places also get better. We shouldn't keep a monopoly.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot more reasons to travel.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, next Ray Janson radio trip, maybe I go to Semarang.
You must go to Semarang.
Yeah.
I think Semarang.
With you.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We can drive.
And you want to make another drink, right?
Can, but are we going to do this on camera? I think.
Okay.
Why don't I make you a proper Americano?
Okay.
And then you can compare it with the Rinomato.
With this, okay. We cut a bit, and Tariq will make the drinks again. Listen.
Okay, what's up, everyone? We're gonna make an Americano cocktail. It's not an Americano coffee, it's an Americano cocktail. It's one of my favorite cocktails and been my cocktail of choice during the pandemic. So why is it my cocktail of choice during the pandemic? Because it's light, low ABV, and it's not going to kick you down. Of course, don't drink alone at home, drink with someone. All right, so we have about 30 milliliters of Campari, which is, we know, is a bitter, and we have 30 milliliters of Cinzano Rosso, which is sweet vermouth. Very light and easy thing to drink, and we'll top it up with some soda water. There we go. So this one, anyone can make at home. You just need to use the same ingredients. And anyone can do it because it's stupidly easy to make. So only 3 ingredients, and you garnish it with an orange slice. Just give it a bit of a zest there, and you're good to go.
Okay, cheers again.
Cheers. We're back.
We are back. So, lo paling suka minum apa sih? What's your favorite cocktail to drink?
My go-to cocktail, I think it depends on my mood. Because I think it's the same like food. Different, if you're cold, you want soup. You want, it's like that. I generally like balanced cocktails.
What do you mean?
Meaning that it's not too strong, it's not too sweet, it's not too sour. I mean, like, I think a nice balanced drink is something that you can enjoy without having to like worry about, is it too sweet for me? Is it too strong? This is one which I've enjoyed a lot. This is the Americano, which uses Campari, sweet vermouth, soda. It's a low ABV. So I've actually started to drink a bit more low ABV cocktails.
What's ABV?
So ABV is alcohol by volume.
Okay.
So
rendah alcohol.
Yeah. So it's a low ABV means that it's not, you're
not going to get drunk.
You are not going to get. I mean, like, you
quickly.
can still get drunk, but you won't really get drunk quick. And Campari, I think it's like, I don't know, what's it, like 17 or like 20 something %. Vermouth is also about the same, so it's not like the 40% of like the hard spirits, right? Those are nice, and it's soda. It's calories wise, you don't really worry about it. But I think my top cocktails have always been a Negroni. I love a Negroni. A whiskey sour is a really nice one, or a daiquiri. I really like the sweet and sour cocktails. If nice hot day, a pina colada is beautiful. It's like beautiful.
Poolside.
I don't drink coffee, but I love coffee cocktails, which is very weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I went through my whole life not drinking coffee. I went through university, wrote my research thesis,
Not drinking
60
coffee.
pages, didn't drink
Wow.
any coffee because I just didn't like coffee. And then I started drinking coffee cocktails. So
Mm.
you have an espresso martini, you have an Irish coffee, and it's like, wow, okay. So I can drink like a couple Irish coffee without any problem.
Mm.
But if I drink one cup of coffee, I get a headache,
Mm.
which is like the caffeine headache, if you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Which is weird. Which I can have like a shot of an espresso in an espresso martini, but I can't do it like in a cup.
I
don't
got
know.
that headache when I visit the cocktail club for the first time.
Mm.
So I sit at the bar,
Yeah.
and Kiki came and he gave me, okay, I give my signature
Mm.
coffee-based cocktail.
Mhm.
And Upai came, give me coffee-based cocktail.
Mhm.
And Bule came, give me coffee. Okay, why coffee-based? I drink everything
Everything, yeah.
because they're my friends, right?
Yeah.
I got a headache at home. And I couldn't sleep.
I mean, like, I find like whenever I go to a bar, I usually order maybe at least 2 or 3 cocktails.
Mm.
I used to have a system where I order one of their signatures, one that I think I would like, and one which is a recommendation by the bartender.
Okay.
Because then you kind of get one of everything.
Mm.
And when I go bar hopping, it's usually about 2 or 3 drinks, and you go to the next place, and you go to the next place, and
You still often do that?
uh,
In Jakarta?
recently, no, because
Mm.
of the risk of
Yeah.
transmission and the fear of that. But before the pandemic,
Mm.
yeah, the longest I did. I mean, like if I were to go to like a different city when I go to KL,
Now, different when you're
traveling.
vacation. Traveling is different.
Here, maybe 2 or 3 bars
Mm.
in a night. Bali, the most I did was, I mean, this is not. I'm not bragging because it doesn't sound great, but like
No, it's not like bar
I
hopping to get drunk.
no,
No,
it's
right?
to like visit people.
For
So,
you, it's different.
yeah. So like I went to Bali for a friend's wedding, and
Mm.
I was best man for that wedding. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah.
I arrived one day early because I wanted to visit the bars.
Mm.
So I had one day to go to all the bars because then I'd spend most of my time in Nusa Dua.
Mm.
And I did 14 hours of drinking. 14 drinks at least, one every hour. But it was paced, like you go here and you have lunch, you take a break.
Yeah.
It wasn't like every hour I was like, I have to have a drink, but it's kind of, I wanted to visit all my friends at the bars.
Yes.
And I only had one day.
Yeah.
So I started at 10 in the morning, and I think I finished at like at midnight or like at 1 in the morning.
The record in Bura-Bura,
Mhm.
somebody came drink everything, every cocktail we have, with just 21.
Wow.
Oh my god. He didn't get drunk. He just okay. But that's the record. 21 cocktail.
Who is this person?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know. We
You
don't
don't
know. He came back a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I should meet him. I think it'd be fun. But now I would say, whenever I go to a bar, I'm always looking for something new.
Mm.
Because I've had so many different types of cocktails, and I think I've had a lot of the classics, and I want to try something that I have not tried before.
Do you have a problem that, like, people know you in the bar industry, right?
Yeah.
Especially in Indonesia. Do you have a problem when you just want to have a chill night with your friends and people working there try to impress you so much?
Well, I mean, like I think, in some ways, I do agree with that statement.
Mm.
In a way that I sometimes want to go to places without being recognized.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like I just want to
Chill.
chill,
Yeah.
and that happens when I sit at a table,
Mm.
and I don't announce to people that I'm coming unless I'm very specifically wanting to like catch up with a friend or I want to catch up with someone. But I don't make the announcement, and I just kind of like just go sit down and don't say anything. And now when you and there are just sometimes that you just want to have a quiet night.
Mm.
But if I do want to meet people and I want to get to know the bartenders more and I want to do all that, then I'll sit at the bars. So it's kind of that thing. However, I think I haven't really been out just
Yeah.
because taking care of family and being a bit more careful. I haven't really had the opportunity to like go out a lot and choosing to.
Do you have an experience? Like, how do I word this properly? Okay, in the food industry,
Okay.
Usually
Mhm.
there's only a couple of selected food content creators, like
Okay.
bloggers or reviewer, whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
that is also respected by their culinary
Peers.
peers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the food bloggers or the content creators, we don't care.
Yeah.
Because some other way or form, you know?
Yeah.
There's some people who are close to the people in the industry.
Yeah.
And usually, when people see a food blogger
Yeah.
who doesn't respect the industry,
Yeah.
they don't like it.
Yeah.
How do you keep that fine balance so people will still accept you?
Well, I think.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think from my experience, I come from the outside
Yeah.
because I've never worked in FNB. I've never worked in a bar.
Yeah.
That's not my background.
Yeah.
And I come in as a customer, and it's about just respect about the work, right? And I think actively, I don't really think about it too much because generally, I would like to think I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
And
You are, bro.
and like I'm not someone who wants to take advantage of these
Free drinks.
about the free drinks. I mean, like I do offer to pay, right? And like sometimes you do get free drinks here and there, but like I'm willing and I'm happy to pay because it is helping the
business.
it is helping the business. I think what I try to do is in the content that I make, it's about authenticity and it's about really giving you something more. I think when we look at influencers who are, because I know for some of them they are just paid, and they come in as, hey guys, I'm here and this is what I'm eating, this is what I'm drinking, blah blah, and then it's so basic and it's so shallow, right?
Exactly.
There is no substance to it. So I try, and what I create is I learn a bit more about the drink. I talk about the flavors. I talk about my experience, and it's going to be different for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Not my experience and my expectations are different, and hopefully hopefully it is received well by the FNB community.
Yeah, the one thing I like about your content is you sometimes always, which is what we're trying to do here, highlight the people as well.
Yeah.
I think that's important. Not only, okay, this drink is nice, it tastes sweet, it tastes sour, the price is this much.
Yeah.
You should go.
Yeah. Yeah, I always like to introduce the bartenders because I think one of the big reasons why you come back to a place is to meet the people again.
Yeah, of course.
Because you remember that sometimes even more than what you drank or what you ate or how much you paid. It's
the people that you remember. I agree.
It's the people, and I don't like being in front of the camera a lot. Like I'm very bad at taking photos of myself, and I don't like doing that. So I don't like being the center of attention in those cases, right? And in my content, I try to highlight others.
Yeah, the product and
product and the people.
But you have also brands that collaborate with you.
Yeah.
Six Sensei.
Yeah, there are some spirits brands there. I just started working as a brand ambassador for Swiesel Glass, or like Shot Swiesel.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, so it's great glass.
Discuss. Yeah,
expensive,
I mean,
but great.
I think it was just a nice and fun opportunity and a fun challenge because I like the creative challenge. I like doing new things, and I like the opportunity too. And this opportunity came along, and they wanted to work for a long time, and we were like, they kind of shared with me what they wanted to do, and I was like, okay, I think I can see myself really having fun. It is also about the challenge of like, how do we do new things? How do we kind of bring a different element and like style? But I've worked with other spirit brands. I like working with other spirit brands. I think one of the things is just how to manage their expectation, because I don't like to hard sell.
Hmm.
You know, I don't want to just put in like a poster
Yeah.
on my story
And read the script and
yeah, and like I always say, I only post my own content. So you don't give me something to post. Tell me what you want to do and let me make it my own way and let me post it myself.
yeah, but the brands are switching to soft selling now, right?
They are.
I mean, even us, the brand who collaborate with us, we have a couple already. They don't want to hard sell
Yeah.
because they know our podcast is not the place to hard sell.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Which I think is the right way to. I mean, you need to know how do I operate? I mean, I don't like to hard sell. I like to talk about something and let it sell itself, because
Yeah.
if it's good enough, it should be able to be worth it without you having to say you
Yeah.
must try it, right?
Yeah. And my experience with glass, my point of view changed when we do a podcast here with a glass company,
Mhm.
and we tasted different wines, and
It changes.
it tastes completely
Different.
different from one glass. They have a specific wine type, and that's what we're trying to do at my bar as well,
Yeah.
because it improves the drinking experience significantly.
Yeah, I mean, I also learned over the years the different shapes of glasses,
Yeah.
and if you have a stem, and how it heats up your drink, and the feel. But it also comes down to the look.
Yeah.
Like this is one of my favorite, which is it's from the homage series, and I just like the cutting.
No, it looks pretty.
It just looks elegant,
Yeah.
and working as a photographer, we either look. I mean, from my experience, I look at what can the glass bring to the photo,
Okay.
what can the garnish bring to the photo, what can the background and all that. So like all of those things I've had to think about, because a drink doesn't need a garnish if the glass is already really beautiful, right? Because the design itself is already part of that look, and
Okay.
it's the experience, right? I mean, holding it in your hand, being
Mm.
able to like play around with it, drinking, everything comes into play. But it really, I mean, I can't say if one is better than the other. It really comes down to your preference,
Yeah.
and also your budget, right?
Yeah, of
I
course.
mean, budget itself is a big thing, because if you want to own these at home, you need to know, what do you want to, like, how much are you want, how much do you want to spend on a certain type of glass, and do you really need it, and all those things.
Yeah. But I think if you want if people listening wants to open a cocktail bar, I mean, they have to think about the glass.
Yeah.
I mean, because the cocktail culture is rising, a
Yeah.
lot of my friends who open a cocktail bar, they invest. I mean, they don't invest in a proper glass, which
Yeah.
For me is a mistake because it's included in the drinking experience as well. Yeah.
What did you learn actually from opening up a bar? Like, what are the key things that you didn't know about a bar until you actually jumped into it?
The glass is one thing.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of my customers, even the customers who wasn't known for drinking cocktails, I mean, they know.
Yeah.
Okay, I had it exact recipe, exact drink,
Mhm.
but with the glass is not proper.
Okay.
Like this is different.
Yeah.
So okay, then we introduce. We tell them about our glass and our philosophy that glass improve the drinking experience.
Okay. Yeah.
For me, some people wants uh, just to get drunk.
Yeah.
They want to have a good time with their friends and their peers, and they just want to get drunk. And they say the cocktails doesn't help much with that.
Yeah.
I drink 5, but I haven't get drunk. I rather next time I came here, I rather open 2 bottles and get drunk. But some people prefers to drink cocktails and chill after work, which is really our concept.
Which is me. I mean,
Yeah.
I like drinking cocktails because the way I equate it is when you go to a restaurant, you can have boiled chicken and get your calories and your
Yeah.
protein.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't.
That
right?
is simple, right?
Yeah.
But you cook it up a bit, you put some spices, you
Yeah.
add a bit of rice.
Agree.
That is a cocktail.
It's really encouraging. I never pictured myself owning a cocktail bar before, but during this pandemic, I see the market is there now.
Yeah.
Like when I came back, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
There's no way. No cocktail bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only famous cocktails, the Louis, they have cocktail.
Louis,
and the chocolate martini at the Rawangsa. This is
Rawangsa.
really famous.
I have to say, to me, it's not anything special.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
honestly.
Dinosaur, man.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself one day maybe working or opening your own bar?
I mean, I thought about it, right? But like, I'm 29. I'm getting married. I'm starting to like, and like, I'm starting to think about the future. And at some point, I think before the pandemic, I was still considering it. I know it would be really cool to get to work at a bar, whether it's here or whether it's in Malaysia, because I have family ties in Malaysia. That would be really cool. But I think I do like my full-time job. I do like being a teacher, and I do like education, and I like that experience. So I think that for now is my main focus in terms of a career, because I mean, it's a stable job. It is an opportunity that I do enjoy, and it's there. However, to own a bar, that's always open. Maybe not anytime soon.
Yeah.
I would want to learn about operation. I would not want to get the experience of like
invest, man. Invest in a bar.
I don't have the money to invest, man. I just bought a house, right? So like, I think if I were to jump into it, I want to actually learn. Learn the operation side, learn how to, how is it being a bar back, learning about the preparation, because that is important. I don't want to be an owner that doesn't know these things.
Yeah,
because then,
of course.
I think that's what Indonesia is lacking. If you look at other countries, you have owners who are very, very involved in the bar. Yeah. And they are there almost every day. They are aware of the operation. They're aware of what is needed. Their hiring practices are based on their experiences. And it's not just, I just want to make money.
Yeah.
Here,
the successful group here at least started with that.
Yeah. Here, you have owners who are shadow owners who are not there, who are just there to invest, or when they do come over, they bring their friends and they get everything for like free, and I think it's fine. I mean, it works, but I think it's just a lost opportunity, and that's why I think the industry in Indonesia is suffering a bit, because it cannot grow.
Thank you. Yes, thanks for saying that. Well, I learned opening my own bar. I learned clear ice is very expensive.
It is. I think it's like 6,000.
6,500 for this.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
But like for your bar, I don't know if it's necessary.
It is. We want to offer.
Okay.
I know. Actually, I'm the one who said that to my team. Is it necessary for our bar? They say, okay, you'll see the difference. They said, my partner said, you see the difference, man. Okay. And now the customers, because for us, Bro, we want to offer something different, right? We want to offer a proper cocktail, but with a casual outdoor setting, which it's a challenge. Usually, a proper cocktail comes with a luxurious place, a high price that comes with it. We want to offer something different, but it's the ice is the one of the tricky part.
Actually, you asked me off camera, what sort of bar would I want to open, right?
Yes.
And
is it the super crafted one?
Well, I would like to think that if I were to be a part of a bar, the quality of the drinks would, of course, be of a certain standard, right? I mean, it would be crafted. It would be interesting. It would be. I would like to use local ingredients, because I think it's smart, because it is more affordable, but it's also highlighting and respecting the land that you're on. But I wouldn't want to do something so fancy. I mean, I respect hotel bars and like those places that you have to dress up. I think it's great to have those.
Yeah.
But I like coming in shorts. I like coming in
Mm.
sandals. Some place which is more like a neighborhood kind of vibe where it's like someone can come in and they bring their parents. They can kind of hang out, and it's not too. I think the accessibility to others would be nice. One place that really comes into mind is there's a bar in KL called Koli,
Koli.
Coley, Coley, and I've known them for the past couple of years, and they're in the neighborhood in which my family is in, and it's like your neighborhood bar. You come in, it really just feels like a cafe type of thing, and you can come in, chill. I've seen people bring. I think I've seen their parents come over, and it's like that's cool, right? I mean, you can bring your family, and it's still a fun experience.
That's one thing I really miss in living in Indonesia. If you're not living in Senopati or Kemang, there's no neighborhood bar.
I know. Yeah. And I live on the Depok side of the border, so there is no alcohol. Completely lost.
Well, hopefully your dream will come true sooner or later.
Yeah,
Tariq,
hopefully.
Thank you for coming
to
the show. I know you have to go to the airport.
Yes, right? I gotta pick up my mom.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me again.
And stay healthy, man.
Yeah, you as well. And good luck with Pura-Bura. I think
do the takeover, please, man. Please do the takeover. We'd love to.
Invite me. Yes. What I don't want to do is I don't want to go to places and say, "Hey, you want me?" Because I don't think I'm.
No, you're on the top of the list already.
But I mean, if you guys just reach out, I would be happy to. I like any opportunity to like share.
Yes, drinks. Guys, stay tuned. Come to Bora-Bora and drink Chef Tariq's cocktail.
Yes. Oh, chef? No, I'm not a chef.
Oh, Chef Tariq, sorry. Mabok.
Just say Sip Sensei.
Sip Sensei's cocktails. Okay, guys, thank you very much ya buat yang udah dengerin dan yang udah nonton podcast kita sama Sip Sensei. Follow Instagramnya di sip_sensei. Boleh DM dia, tanya-tanya soal cocktails. Jangan lupa subscribe di Janson Radio. Kita ada di YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, dan Anchor App. Buat further updates, cek Instagram kita di Janson Radio. Stay safe, stay healthy, drink more cocktails. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me over.
Oh, no problem.